John Thompson, president of the Delaware State Sportsmen's Association, is with us on the program. John, how you doing tonight?
I'm just fine, Cam.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the program. Now, I understand that there is an anti-gun bill in Delaware right now. This is, language that we've seen elsewhere, but it would basically shut down the ability to privately transfer firearms in the state.
Well, no, it's a gun show bill. It would require any sales at gun shows to go through the federal record check, whether even for sellers who aren't licensed dealers.
Okay. Now, what about the sales outside of gun shows, John? Would the bill touch that at all?
No, but we fear that that's the next step.
Right. Well, and I think you have every right to fear that because, I mean, ultimately that's where this leads. This is a sort of an intermediate step. We saw this in Virginia a few years ago. The gun control advocate started out by talking about the quote-unquote gun show loophole, but in actuality what they wanted was an end to all private firearm transfers.
Yeah, that's their ultimate goal.
All right, so where is the bill, the gun show bill right now?
Oh, currently it's in the Senate Judiciary Committee. It's Senate Bill 39. There was a hearing held on it yesterday, and there were not enough people there at the committee to vote it out. They need there's 6 people on the committee. They need four votes to get it out. They weren't able. They had 4 members of the committee at the meeting, but they couldn't get 4 yes votes.
Okay, so I mean that's good, but they've still got time. They can call it up again. Gun owners in Delaware need to be talking to their state senators.
Well, yeah, it's not just worrying about another committee meeting. It's Delaware is, I don't know what other states' procedures, but Delaware has a procedure for committees, at least in the Senate, that if the sponsor of the bill can walk the bill out of committee by getting additional people to sign on. So even though they don't need another committee hearing to get the bill out of committee, he just has to, the prime sponsor of the bill, if he can convince a couple of other committee members to sign the bill out, then it can come out of committee without another meeting.
Oh, okay.
So that could happen any minute. That could happen any time. We don't have to just wait till next Wednesday when their next meeting is.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, gun owners shouldn't wait either then.
No. We can't just sit on our hands and wait for the next committee hearing. Gun owners need to be calling their state senators now and warning them about what Senate Bill 39 does and making sure that they oppose it.
All right, and looking at the story in the Greenfield Reporter, a couple of interesting things that stuck out to me anyway. Andy Lipstone, who's the deputy legal counsel for Governor Jack Markell, could not, nor could Captain Jason Sapp, the director of the State Bureau of Investigation. Neither of those individuals were able to point to or document a problem at gun shows in Delaware. Neither of them were able to say, how many criminals have bought guns from private individuals at gun shows.
No, they were unable to identify any crime gun that had been obtained at a gun show. I mean, not one. The police do. When the police investigate a crime, they generally check where the gun came from for additional information, and they could not tie one crime in Delaware to a gun purchase at a gun show. So clearly, as a couple of the state senators noted yesterday, this is a solution in search of a problem.
Yeah, and one of those state senators noting that it should be recognized, Senator David Lawson, who's a Republican, also a former state trooper and an owner of a gun store.
Yes, yeah, he has lots of experience in this area, and he took the lead at the committee in opposing the bill.
Oh, well, that is good to hear. All right, so John, really, what should gun owners in Delaware be doing right now?
Well, keeping track of the bill by watching it on the General Assembly's website. You can, track the bills that way, and calling their state senators or sending an email to their state senators asking their senator to oppose Senate Bill 39.
Okay. All right. Well, John, thank you again, sir, for coming on the program. Now, I do understand that there was another piece of legislation that actually got to Governor Markell's desk. Is that right?
Not quite yet.
Not quite.
Another bill that was voted out of committee yesterday. That was a bill having to do with destroying abandoned firearms or disposing of abandoned firearms. But that bill came out of the House and was heavily amended by us in the House to make it fair and reasonable to people whose firearms end up in the possession of police departments.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, John, thanks so much, sir, for joining us on the program, and look forward to talking again very soon.
All right. Thank you.
John Thompson, president of the Delaware State Sportsmen's Association.